back to close out SPL Live as Tyler Newman finishes his first SPL Championship Series debut in spectacular fashion, defeating Chris Davis in the finals, going 2-0 to become this season's Sacramento Pokemon League champion. So congratulations to Tyler and everything like that. Welcome back to SPL Live, presented to you by Hammerhead Games. I'm here today with my good friend T, who you all know. We've shared this desk for the past, or table for the past season. Yep. 12 weeks. Yeah, 12, 13, something like that. And then I am Anthony Mariona. Huge win for Tyler, taking down a fan favorite, Chris Davis, 2-0 in the final round of the SPL Championships. T, what's your first takeaway from that?
Man, one, I hate that it's over, but I like the way it finished. Tyler played super amazing with Lost Box, super turbo Lost Box. I think he said it was like Moffat's build -1 card, but like if you could see that game, the two games he played with Davis, those were both played spectacularly. So well deserved, honestly.
Yeah, and that's something that I was really impressed by as well. I genuinely thought that Tyler had a good matchup. I mean, the fact is, or Davis had a good matchup. The fact was Davis was playing Reggies, and I know even with the scoop up nets not being in the game, Reggies can still be somewhat difficult for I would say less skilled Lost Box players, yes. But Tyler handled the entire match perfectly. Some things fell his way really early, and he was able to get out to a fast start. Hence the reason he's playing Turbo Lost Box. Yep. And I mean, the guy the entire day was just magical. I think he dropped one game the entire day, which was really, really awesome. So once again, kind of jumping into it with Tyler's magical run, knocking out Duncan Crowley, who played DTE Mew in round 1, beating another fan favorite in Ryan Massey, who was playing Lugia in round 2, and then smashing the dreams of one child, Luke Brandau, who was playing Lost Zone Tina in round 3, before facing off against Chris Davis. What did Tyler show you by racking up all of those wins against such quality opponents?
I think he showed one, that he chose a deck that he was solid with, and a solid deck choice at that. Yeah. Like I always say, play what you're most comfortable with. He knows Lost Box very well, and he piloted it to this finish, obviously. So. Yeah.
And the thing for me is I always kind of knew Tyler was a really good player. I guess the thing that he showed me is when you can pick a good quality deck, when you have confidence in playing that deck, the ease in which he did everything. Yeah. I mean, the only one match, once again, that he lost was against Ryan.
One game.
Yeah, one game, right? And the rest of them just seemed to be so easy. Yeah. I know that there was a joke made throughout the day that he got lucky to dodge AJ, because I guess AJ was kind of his kryptonite throughout the season. Yes. But for the most part, I mean, Tyler was, for a lack of a better term, magical that day. It was really impressive to see the confidence in which he did everything, and I really expect him to do really, really well in the SAC regional that's going to be coming up on the 14th or 13th through the 15th of October. So we're really rooting for him, and we hope everything kind of turns out really well. Okay. Now, the story of the championship might be told as Chris Davis made a very unorthodox deck choice going with Reggies, but this is a deck that Chris was able to pull off the win with back at the SPL midseason showdown, as he was able to make it back to the final round after toppling JJ Wolf and Luisito. With that, do you feel, T, that the decision to run with Reggies ultimately flipped the odds in the matchup in Tyler's favor?
No, honestly, one, you could never know. Two, some things also just didn't go Davis's way during the matchup as well, to make the matchup a little more even. But no, I think Davis also made a really good deck choice. I think everyone made a pretty solid deck choice for what they brought. So no, I don't think so.
Yeah, and I mean, like I said, thinking about it, I genuinely thought that Davis had a pretty solid matchup going into Lost Box. And I think if he had to choose out of the matchup that he could potentially be facing, he was happy to see Lost Box be the one that he would play.
Yeah.
I just think that, like you said, some things didn't fall his way, but also Tyler just played. So they have this saying in soccer or hockey that a goalie is playing, standing on his head, using all limbs, just being fast and reactive. And that's what Tyler was. He was impenetrable. The guy was just incredible. There you go.
Yeah.
But outside of that, it was a really, really fun one. Now, another thing of note for the SPL Championship Series was number 8, Emmanuel Cruz, did not make it to the event.
Yeah.
Now, it feels like there's always at least one trainer who misses the tournament each season, which is unfortunate. But because of that absence, the bracket itself was shifted, which changed a lot of matchups throughout the Elite 14. Some of the notable changes were, of course, Tyler Newman facing off against Duncan instead of AJ.
Yep.
Tanner Mason, who had to play JJ Wolf, who snuck in at 14 instead of Duncan. And Mike Moreno going up against Luke Brandau instead of Francis Batista.
Yeah.
Do you think any of these matchup changes made any impact on the tournament itself?
I think so, a lot, actually, because everyone had prepared for who they were playing. I know Mike was kind of prepared to play Francis, and then if he got through Francis, play me. So that was kind of his hope. So his deck choice was based towards that. I'm not sure about the Tanner versus JJ. I know Tanner wants to smoke at all times. So not sure too much about that. But I think what was it? I think the Luis versus Saldana was kind of a big shift.
Yeah, that was another one.
Yeah.
So, and this is the thing. I look at it, and when I think back to our previous episode, once again, sorry about that being 2 weeks ago, or close to 2-3 weeks ago. It's been a while. But when I look back and I think about the conversations that we had with the trainers heading into the Elite 14, a lot of the ones that did really well were the ones that had that mindset of, this is not me facing this one opponent. Mm-hmm. This is me facing an entire bracket.
Yeah.
And with that being said, I need to prepare for the entire bracket. Mm-hmm. And I think someone like Tyler, who did as well as he did, was exemplary in that. He came in with a game plan. I think he had probably the best deck choice out of everybody. Yeah. Funny enough, AJ picked the same deck.
Yeah.
He just ran into Francis Batista early game with the shift. And I think that was something where if those two played each other, it would have been really funny to see how everything would have turned out. Be it that they would have played a mirror in round one. And I mean, I think the person that was in that slot might have been the person that would have taken it all the way, given the route and the path that they had to go through. But once again, that changes based on Emmanuel playing and not everything shifting. So, Emmanuel, it's your fault.
Yep, all your fault.
But outside of that, other notable things that happened over the championship weekend was the first ever Trainer Award Show tournament.
Yeah.
Once again, presented by Hammerhead Games. I call it the TASTI.
The what?
TASTI.
TASTI?
Trainer Award Show Tournament. TAST. I'm trying to be lazy here. But the Trainer Award Show Tournament was a competition for all trainers who didn't make it into the Elite 14. It gave trainers a chance to compete against one another for some prize packs, with the winner of the tournament getting free entry into one of the following seasons per SPL.
Yeah.
And the winner of the inaugural Trainer Award Show was
Francis Matrillo. Congratulations to that guy.
Hell of a job. T, your reaction?
He went 4. I said this before playoffs that I wish Francis had done better, because I know Francis as a player plays well and likes to play his take on whatever deck he's playing, and he definitely proved me right by going 4-0 for the Trainer Award Show tournament. So yeah, congrats.
Yeah, and you know what I'm saying? I'm very proud of Francis. the fact is, yeah, unfortunately, all of us kind of run into these roadblocks throughout the season. Maybe sometimes it's not being able to make it out every week. Sometimes it's just having bad weeks that you can't catch up on, and so on. And I genuinely thought that Francis had a really good shot at making it in.
Yeah.
Fortunate that he didn't. I feel like he would have made some noise, given who he is. But, at the end of the day, it is what it is. But I am very proud of him, hearing him go 4-0, winning the Trainer Award show, getting that free entry into one of the following seasons, winning some packs. It was just awesome to see. And Francis is a good friend of mine. So, I love you. I'm proud of you. And can't wait to see what you do next season, Killer. Yeah. Alongside that, though, award show, it's called that for a reason. With the Trainer Award show and the championship series going on, we also were able to give out some awards, which were voted on by the trainers of the Sacramento Pokemon League in the following categories. Local Game Shop of the Year Award, Rookie of the Year Award, Comeback Trainer of the Year Award, Trainer Battle Cup Champion, which we all know who that went to, Trainer of the Year, as well as Points Cup Champion of the Year. Now, local Game Shop of the Year, of course, went to Hammerhead Games, who, did so much for us throughout the season. Taking over when USG was shutting down for Fridays, and unfortunately, they didn't come back in time to host anything for us. But not only that, just expanding their times, working with the community, giving so much back. They sponsored our play mats. They were able to get jerseys and different things like that. So huge shout out to Hammerhead Games for them. Rookie of the Year Award, no surprise here, went to Tyler. Tyler not only was one of the better trainers throughout week by week, but he also earned a lot of respect from the people around him, which is very, very warranted. And he was able to pull off Rookie Trainer of the Year. Comeback Trainer of the Year, I think, was the one that was the most surprising, given that Chris Davis was, in my eyes, the front runner for that trophy.
I agree.
But Ryan Massey pulled it out, and I still think it was well deserved. The previous season, season 2, Ryan didn't make it into the championship series. This year he did, and he did it in extraordinary fashion. I think he wound up making it in towards the final
literally week, right? The last week.
Yeah, it was pretty much and Ryan is one of the better trainers out there. I don't think he gives himself enough credit.
Agreed.
But he's someone else that we're going to be excited to see what happens. But being out Chris Davis was a huge accomplishment. From there, Trainer Battle Cup champion, I think we all know who this one goes to. It was Mike. He played every single week, and huge shout out to him. I mean, at the end of the day, yes, I don't necessarily know if everybody was happy with the way it happened, but you still got to win the battles. And he did. I'm pretty sure that that's going to be something that he's fighting for next season as well. So it's up to us, the player base out there, to make sure it doesn't happen. We also have some other things in the works for that. But going from there. Trainer of the Year Award, which this one I'm very, very proud of. Chris Davis. I mean, when you finish first place in the Cup Championship Series, or the Points Championship Series,
after being at 20th for like a hot minute,
for a good half of the season. I mean, it wasn't really until after the midseason showdown that he really kind of jumped up. But huge shout out to Davis, and then the Points Cup champion as well. Once again, goes out to Chris Davis. So T, you hear about all the winners. You do any of these surprise you?
Ryan did surprise me because I thought Chris would be more of the front runner for comeback champion, but. I'm really glad that it ended up being Ryan, because I think Ryan deserved it after that last week or two that he pulled off. Because I know Ryan semi didn't care about making the playoffs, but then when he realized he could reach it, he went for it, and really proud of him for that. I'm not surprised that Davis won Trainer of the Year, though I wanted it. Didn't get enough votes. It was really close. But, I'll take it. No, Davis really deserved it as well. But none of these really surprised me, especially Rookie of the Year going to Tyler. I could 100% see that, especially him winning afterwards just kind of solidified that. No surprises, really. All
right. And I feel the same way. Ryan was probably the most surprising, but when you look at the numbers, when you look at the statistics, when you actually dig into it, it makes sense. Ryan is someone that a lot of people really respect, as they should, and he came and he played his ass off, and he did really well, so it's well deserved. And that's the way it is. Now, we're going to go ahead and jump into a top 5 list, best in format, as we call the old segment. And this one isn't going to be what a lot of people think it is. This is going to be, let's take a look at T's way, way, way too early top trainers list for next season. Now, these are trainers that T believes has the best chance of winning next season's SPL Championship trophy. And I would love to hear it. Now, we do have a handful of trainers, unfortunately, that aren't going to be able to come back. They're going to be focusing on chasing down worlds, which we're very proud of, and we hope the best for them in their road to doing that. And we will all be rooting for them on their journey. So, good luck to everybody that's not going to be coming in. Then we have some people that just need a break, which is always understandable. Yeah. But T, let's go ahead and start with number 5. Who is Who's your number 5 trainer heading into next season?
Who's my number 5 trainer heading into next season? This is going to be so weird because this is a list I can't put myself on.
It's a way too early list.
It's a list I can't put myself on.
That's fine. You shouldn't be putting yourself on the list all the time.
That's not true. If you don't believe in yourself, who will? Number 5, I think... if they come back, because I'm not even sure who's coming back, but if they come back, number 5 on my list, Andrew Saldana.
That's a good one. Yeah. Solid. Made it to the Elite 14. This is I think his second year in a row doing that, and he was somebody else that struggled earlier in the season and wound up coming back in a huge way. Did really well in the midseason showdown as well. So solid number 5. Number 4?
Number 4, Francis
Matrillo.
Yeah.
I like that pick. That is a solid pick. Yeah. I mean, we're talking about someone that statistically does really, really well. Yeah. And I think he's going to have a really, really solid chance. I mean, Francis is just Francis.
Yeah.
Who is your number 3 pick,
My number 3 pick, actually, you'd be very surprised. It's you. Yeah. I think you're gonna do well.
I don't like it.
I don't know if you guys know this, but Anthony and I have made the agreement that we would trade seasons that we would play, and this next season, Anthony is gonna play.
I played this season. I wound up kind of dropping out halfway.
Really play.
I kind of wind up dropping out after like week 3 or 4 or something like that, primarily because I wanted to focus on doing some other things. But this season we're going to be having a little bit more help on leadership for the league, as well as things like the competition committee, which we'll get into in a little bit. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. I'm hoping I do well. I feel like I started off this season pretty strong, and then I gave up on my hopes and dreams. So yeah, well, it wasn't like that. But all right, fine then. Going into number 2.
Number 2, I don't know if they're coming back, but I would really like them to, is Chris Davis. If not Chris Davis, I do have a second number 2
Give me number 2, because I don't believe Chris is playing next season. I think he's taking a break.
Okay. My other number 2 is actually Dylan Brando.
I don't want to see Dylan. Okay, I have a really good record against Dylan, and Dylan still freaks me out.
Right?
Because you know what he's going to play some kind of control deck or something to mess with you.
Yeah.
And he's very good.
Yeah.
Like, the other Brandao kid, so. I mean, but Dylan, that's a kid that I'm going to watch out for. Luke, on the other hand, Scott would freak me out too. I don't like playing Scott.
No. ChatGPT couldn't teach you this much patience.
Okay, I like that one. Okay, solid list. Who's your number 1 then?
My number 1, I think everybody knows this at this point for me, but my young protege, Isaac, is coming into the league next season.
Oh, sorry.
And
yeah, I shouldn't say that. That's a good. I got to figure out a way to beep.
Isaac is my number 1 pick. I think Isaac will take it all, because Isaac has been playing in challenges and cups, and he has been so frustrated that when top 8s come around, the seniors can't play with the masters in top 8, and he's literally just ready to take down masters, and I'm rooting for him all the way, honestly.
Okay, so that's gonna wrap up best in format for the final time this season. I don't know how I feel about the list as a whole. I feel like it's right when you look at it. Like, I feel good about it. I mean, I'm on it, but I feel good about it. I just don't. It's going to be funny to see how it all kind of plays out. Mm-hmm. But, you know, once we get back to next season and it starts rolling around, we'll go ahead and look back at this list and see how it goes. But from there, we'll go ahead and jump into Deck Out, our final Deck Out of the season. I'll go ahead and start it off. League meetings for us will start taking place during the off season, starting with our leadership committee meeting that's going to be happening this upcoming weekend on the 30th. This is really just a chance for us to discuss ways to help improve the league for the upcoming season. After that, we're going to be sitting down with the competition committee to, you know, towards the end of October, once again, to solidify a lot of the rules and things that we can fix, quality of life stuff, to just make the experience better overall for trainers. And that's going to go ahead and take us right into the next one, which I'm going to kind of jump into this one. SPL trainer survey. We've seen it. I've sent out the link before, but please make sure you take the time to complete the SPL trainer survey. It helps us create a better league experience by understanding what roadblocks you guys ran into, whether it be rules or just overall vibe experience. We want to make sure that, you know, this is as inclusive as possible. Mm-hmm. We love the community. We do this because of the community. Me, T, the rest of the people that help navigate all this stuff, we don't get paid. Like, we do this primarily because we care about you guys, we care about the game, and we want to make sure that this is a really, really solid experience for everybody.
Agreed.
So moving from there, and the link for that will be in the video. Moving from there, I just want to go ahead and let T announce who won the raffle, the final raffle of the season. We'll also show a video.
We'll throw the video in.
Yeah, matter of fact, we'll go ahead and, while T's talking right now, we're going to start the video right now.
And the winner for our final ETB for our raffle for week 11 is Anthony Mariona.
I promise, guys, I didn't cheat.
It's not rigged, and I was so happy.
This is the wheel, and if it makes you feel any better, I got a couple of things, but nothing good. I'll post the pools.
He'll post the pools.
But yeah, so I won.
Yeah, he's not happy about it, but I encourage.
I promise I didn't cheat.
Yeah.
But moving from there, guys, the final portion of Deck Out and the final one for this season. The new season is going to begin December 28th. It's going to run through March 11th, with the championship series being held on March 24th. We're going to have the schedule out. We're going to get everything up on the website with links and information galore for all of you guys, so that no one's in the dark when it comes to what's going on in the future. We promise to do better in the next season, but we are still proud of everybody and all the work that everyone was able to accomplish this season.
Agreed.
If you have any questions or concerns, feel free to reach out to T, myself.
Leave a comment.
Yeah, leave a comment. You know, we'll do our best to answer anything that we can. But we honestly do say this. We love you, and we appreciate all the support and everything like that.
We wouldn't be doing this if it wasn't for you guys, honestly.
This season was so special to us, and I think I could say this for both of us. We can't wait to see everybody again next season. So until then, we'll see you at Locals.
Deuces.
Peace.